Sins can be analogized to diseases of the subtle body. Repentance, penance, prayashchitta, purification, samskara-shuddhi are like cures for diseases of the subtle body. Virtuous behavior means staying in sattva. It is not yet enlightened behavior, however, it is a sattvic behavior. Sattvic behavior is the first step to attain nididhyasana, continuous abiding in Brahman. Therefore, sadhu is the educator of his soul. He learns to live in the sattvic state and sattvic behavior. A sadhu is like a professional in upbringing his soul, like a pedagogue about his own soul. He doesn't educate others, but he educates his soul and learns to educate it professionally. The soul is like a child, and you must always work with it. If you don't work with it, whom it becomes? Lounger, whom else? Mischievous teenager. It becomes a pedagogically neglected child. You cannot allow your soul to be pedagogically neglected without systematic upbringing. You are responsible for your soul, no one else. No external educators. External educators help, yes, share wisdom. However, the main person responsible is only you. It is your child. It is you yourself. We should have the understanding, the goals, the directions, and a strategy for educating the soul. It is right to diagnose the soul correctly. What are its qualities? What are its bhava, bhumi? What is its classification? What is its achara, pada? To have signs of advancement and to understand what we should have as an outcome. At the same time, we're not talking about siddhi, liberation, swarupa samadhi. There is a better time for it. We're referring to the sattvic state of mind that we want to have at the end. Sri Shankaracharya clearly defined the sadhana as sadhana chatushtaya, the fourfold cultivation of the quality of the soul. He included there viveka, the cultivation of distinction, vairagya, the cultivation of renunciation, mumukshutva, the cultivation of desire for liberation, and the sixfold quality of sattva. Shat-Sampat, these sixfold qualities of sattva, here it is the direction of soul cultivation and strategy of soul education. And Shama is the first quality of these sixfold qualities. Shama means focused mind, calm mind, peaceful, serene mind. Calmness is something to be mastered, something to be practiced in. We should not think we can solve problems by getting stirred up about some rajas, much less we can achieve liberation. On the contrary, everything is solved only from a calm state. Calmness should be cultivated by avoiding rajas and avoiding provoking factors for rajas. All spiritual attainments, all contemplation, and all success come from a calm mind. If your mind is rajasic and restless, if you agitate yourself on every occasion, it will be anti-Shama. Conversely, calmness allows you to perceive subtle awareness beyond conceptions. In tranquility, you can be out of mind. In detachment, tranquility gives viveka. The following quality is Dama, control of the senses. When you are calm, the senses are much better controlled. Such desires as food are better controlled. Communication, words are better controlled. Sight, smell, hearing, and touch are controlled much better when you are in tranquility. Why? Because you have clarity with viveka, distinction. It helps you analyze how your senses work, whether normal or not. And so Shama leads to Dama, to power over senses. If there is no peace of mind, you are in rajas, you are restless. And then what? Then I eat a lot. I just throw everything inside without analyzing, without even tasting it. And the mind is somewhere, right? Then I look uncontrollably. I speak uncontrollably. I listen to anything. I absorb information uncontrollably, both useful and useless, any. Because this clarity, subtlety, coming from calmness is no longer there, then the power over the senses is lost. It's hard to control the tongue, it's hard to control the genitals, it's hard to control the sight, hearing, smell and touch. Then they go wild, that is rajas. You should not give in to the temptation of rajas. You should not give in to the temptation of rajas. If I stir up something inside, the mind, the energy of the mind, emotions, thoughts, and I'll achieve something, it's a deception. This is how Mara works, as if it says, turn up something now and you will get something later. You should not listen. I will get everything from a calm, clear state. Thus, when our Shama and Dama are realized, and we're engaged in the education of our soul, and achieved Shama and achieved Dama, a constant and a smooth calm, nothing can bring us out of ourselves. We attain power over the senses, then there comes Uparati. Uparati means to enjoy, be pleased with your nature, be in the present, and be content with what is. In the state of Uparati, we have no unnecessary desires. We have no agitation of senses. So we enjoy what we have. We're happy with what we have. Moreover, this is where the sattva reserves come from. This is such a joyful, pure, loving, light state, which cannot be taken from anywhere but from within the soul, from God. Of course, a good environment, a friendly community of Samaya brothers, and prosperity will give you such a feeling of contentment, but it is temporary, external, and destructive. When all this changes, you will lose Uparati, so it's not real Uparati. Real Uparati is to be in control of your senses, to be in a state of tranquility, Shama, and to rejoice your nature without any reason, though in a good and bad environment. Such a positive state of mind, letting go, being present, and enjoy everything. It cannot be faked. You know, there are such entertainer shows or some actor classes that teach how to simulate and generate artificial joy, but it is all fake. When a person steps a little bit out of their comfort zone, he explodes. And where all this joy? It is artificial. Or someone demonstrates such plastic fake smile.
Hello, I love you.
But this worth nothing if there is no calmness and power of senses behind it. It's all fake, plastic, not natural. The real Uparati is independent of any conditions. You let go yourself in the present and delight in your nature. And the next step is Titiksha. patience, endurance, and balance. Titiksha is possible if you passed these steps. If Shama worked out, Dama worked out, and Uparati. Suppose you have done the work of educating your soul and have made progress, then Titiksha is inevitable. You have a great reserve of patience, endurance, and equilibrium. It is because you have generated Uparati, the ability to enjoy without reason, to be in the present, be positive without reason. You are already nourished by the light of your soul a little bit. Shradha goes after Titiksha. The faith. Genuine faith in the heart is generated from this point, because calmness, control of the senses, the ability to be in the present, enjoy your nature, and patience have refined your perception capacity. Moreover, you begin to feel the refugee, God, not intellectually but in spirit. You begin to feel a surpassing grace emanating from the depth of your soul and an external source. This is Shradha. And such Shradha is not based on texts, concepts, on any external ideas. It is your personal channel of communication with God. When we stay in condition for a long time, grace descends, and we feel that we need to be very calm, subtle, patient, positive, attentive, not to fall out of this channel. So we already need to have the qualities of contemplation. And then the last quality, Samadhana, emerges. It is ease, relaxation, and satisfaction in Sahaja. And Shankara in the Viveka Chudamani says, the perfect establishment of Buddhi in pure Brahman. This is Samadhana. He says about contemplation, success in Nididhyasana, this is Samadhana. It is already a definite fruit, but it is not attainment yet. It is not liberation yet, but a certain success in upbringing one's soul, Samadhana. The same as Sahaja, the same as Nididhyasana. And we should remember to cultivate the sixfold qualities of sattva. Because if these qualities are not cultivated, the mantra sankalpa will not be successful. We practice mantra sankalpa and there is no particular result. Why? Because we need these six wealth. We haven't acquired them yet. We haven't gathered them. And so the education of one's soul, according to Shankara, is the upbringing of the sixfold qualities of sattva. Such a patient upbringing. Then samadhana, contentment, one-pointedness of the mind, absorption in meditation, contemplation, the perfect establishment of Buddhi in pure Brahman, all comes. And together with the other three, viveka, vairagya and mumukshutva, all this is called sadhana chatushtaya, the fourfold education of the soul, preparing it for moksha, liberation. In fact, giving it moksha. Such work must be done because such souls deserve at least paradise in the next life, and at most they deserve liberation. Souls who have not educated themselves are darkened souls. They get hell dimensions in the next life, the dimensions of pretas, all the states that gnawed them during their life. In these dimensions start gnawing them with great force, burning literally with hellfire. They can do nothing about it until once time passes and their mindset changes. So a sadhu who educates his spirit and soul lives so that nothing gnaws at him, that he is only blessed, and be separated from any clashes, so that he is beyond the reach of any obscurations, clashes, and any sins, to be nothing but blessed. What is that gnaws at a sadhu? There are the 6 enemies, Shadripu, known to all 6 enemies, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. When a sadhu cultivates these qualities, he defeats these 6 enemies. A soul can free itself from suffering by self-education, but not every soul is ready to educate itself. Only the sadhu soul does it purposefully. But there are some souls who cannot do it. The souls in the lower worlds suffer endlessly and cry out to any gods, to Shiva, or whoever would liberate them, continuously, endlessly, but they cannot liberate themselves so quickly and easily. And until we have the precious human birth, we can change the direction of our mind. That makes it precious because you can use that birth to change the direction of your mind. And moreover, the cultivation of the Shat-Sampat, these 6-fold qualities of sattva, is precisely the changing of the direction of one's mind.